This time under center is Hoyer. Play action. He boots out to his right, sets his feet, throws back across. Backpedaling Graham with the numbers into the end zone. Brady Russell. Touchdown. Touchdown, Colorado.
Well, it was a nice victory by the Colorado Buffaloes as they open up the season with a 48-42 win over UCLA on Saturday night at Folsom Field. Back at the Buffalo Stampede, voice of the boss, Mark Johnson. Left tackle, junior Will Sherman joining us here for a couple of moments. Well, it was long overdue to get in the football field. How did it finally feel to get back out there after the last 7-8 months of all we've been dealing with?
It felt so great to get out there with my guys. You know, a bunch of loopholes that we had to get through, a bunch of adversity we had to get through. And, you know, to be able to come here in the summer, you know, train with a bunch of health restrictions and whatnot, you know, be able to train and get better and have the season pushed back, you know, more adversity, and finally get to play, and you know, go out there and have the performance we did. It was phenomenal. You know,
Will, coaches always say, I mean, if you're at a football practice, I bet you hear 100 times a day, control what you can control. And I think sometimes as a player, and you tell me, but I think sometimes as players they go, yeah, we've heard that. It's a cliche, we hear it. This offseason probably really taught you guys that lesson, didn't it? Because there was so much you couldn't control. All you could do was kind of take care of your business.
Exactly. And, I mean, it just taught us to be patient, control the controllables, and, you know, really just take ownership. You know, guys were working out by themselves during quarantine, and, you know, you really got to see all the work that we put in on Saturday, and I'm excited for this week as well. So,
what did you do when you couldn't be here initially, when this thing hit? Go back to March, and you had to get through the semester, and that was remote learning. You had a new coach. You couldn't go through spring ball. Kind of take us back to what you were thinking and you know, how we're going to navigate through this whole process.
Yeah, I mean, at first it was really difficult. I could only do body weight stuff like push-ups and go jogging. You know, I had to just really improvise, and then thankfully they sent me some like bands and whatnot, so I was able to do some arm curls and whatnot with bands. Just like I said, just improvise as much as I could and just get better every single day, no matter how what it took.
Was it tough when, go back to August 11th, when the word finally comes down officially, there is no football, the Big Ten announced and then the Pac-12 announced? That had to be kind of a tough pill to swallow, I would think.
It definitely was, because I mean, like I said, in March, whenever we went home, everybody was working hard throughout March, April, and May. And then when we got here, you know, guys turned it up another notch. And, you know, we were preparing like we were going to play CSU on September 5th. So everybody was excited. And then once we got the news, it was a little devastating. But, you know, we kept our head down and kept working.
We're going to continue our conversation talking about the game versus UCLA and the victory by the Buffaloes. But we had our sideline reporter, Jake Cameron, on the field on Saturday night.
Thanks, Mark. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jake Cameron. I'm usually behind the camera for Bub Vision TV, but today I get to show you my sequence of the Saturday's football game versus UCLA.
Very proud of what you guys have been through, how you handled it, how you came together as a team, and now we get a chance to show it. You're bigger than the team. You're bigger than this game. Prove it. Stay together. Stay hungry. We're going to fight 7 rounds this schedule, okay? We got 7 games. This is round 1.
Okay, I pull up, hop out at the after party. You and all your friends, so they love to get naughty.
On the backfield, it is deflected and picked off at the 10-yard line.
I take you back in the raw. Okay, I pull up, hop out at the after party. You and all your friends, so they love to get naughty. Sipping on it, and I know you love that Bacardi. 1942, I take you back in the raw.
Thirsty, got the dub.
All right, Jake, thank you. We continue with Will Sherman. Will, you guys ran the ball exceptionally well. In fact, we're going to talk with Jarek Broussard here in a couple of minutes. Ends up being the Offensive Player of the Week in the Pac-12. When that rushing number is big, I know you offensive linemen are awful happy. Talk about that effort running the football on Saturday.
Definitely. You know, it was just a mindset, you know, this year that the team had a new quarterback coming in, and it's on us as O-linemen to make him look good. And, you know, whenever Jarek's name and Sam Noyer's name is in the paper, you know, we're happy. We don't need that. We just know if they're doing good, we're doing great. So very happy to see Jarek and all the hard work that he put in, you know, pay off, as well as Sam. And, you know, we want to keep that going and keep Jarek, you know, doing what he's doing.
I've heard it said before, offensive linemen always love a running back who gets the yards that offensive linemen block for him and then picks up another 2 or 3 after that, right? And Jarek's that kind of guy.
Definitely, he's small, but he runs like he's 6 feet tall. He was running really hard on Saturday, and it made us want to block harder, and everybody just wanted to play harder for him.
How about you making the move back over to the left side this year? Arlington Hambright moves on to the NFL. You were at right tackle last year. Do you like being over the left side more? You feel more comfortable being there?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a point this year to be the anchor of the O-line, protect Sam's blind side, and I'm loving it right now.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, not only did the Buffs run exceptionally well, Sam Neuer ends up that ball game with a clean jersey. He never got touched in that ball game as well.
That's the goal as well. Like I said, just make Sam as comfortable as possible, make him feel good, and just have him do what he does, without worrying about getting touched.
I talk about the adversity of COVID and all that kind of thing. You also had a coaching change you had to go through. Talk about playing for Carl Durrell and what you've learned about Carl through all of this, and now that you're into the season.
I mean, really, he's from the day he got here, he's been very transparent and very truthful with us. So it's not like he's our head coach. It's like a personal level with him. So it's really good to have. And since he's been here, it's been pretty different. Everybody's been accountable and demanding, and he's holding us to that standard too. So it works out really well.
Well, fantastic. It certainly worked out last Saturday very well with that victory, 48-42 over UCLA. Good luck this weekend at Stanford.
Thank you.
All right, left tackle Will Sherman here in the Buffalo Stampede. We come back. The Offensive Player of the Week in the Pac-12, Jarek Broussard, is going to join us.